We got news today, guys. So we've got the Godzilla Reign of Kaiju content creator previews coming out starting tomorrow, Tuesday, March 3rd. Oh, no, that's tomorrow, January 13th. And what's really cool, yeah, other than obviously you can tell I've had a very long day at work. Unfortunately, I didn't get a preview for this one, for the characters. I don't know if they will be giving out other previews, but I wanted to shout out and highlight the creators that are going to be previewing these characters starting tomorrow, and where you can find all of these cool cards. So definitely, I'll try to remember to link this article in the description below. Go support all of these content creators, show them love, and tell them what an amazing job they're doing. So it does tell you that there's doing super pre-release events at Worlds on the February 27th, with the 1 week early pre-release March 9th at your local game stores. And if you go to these, you do get an exclusive promo card. They have not shared what this promo card is, but we might have an idea of what it is already. So let's start here. We do not have the list of who gets what kaiju, but there are 15 different kaiju characters in this set. So starting tomorrow, we get Green Wit Evil. Then we go to Tito's Tabletop. Then we get the Four Checks cast. Awesome. I love the Four Checks cast, guys. Tam Cardwell is going to be after that on the 16th. On the 17th, Undefeated at Locals gets a preview. UK Versus, my buddy Brett, gets a preview to show you guys on the 18th. Go support him, and check out the UK Versus podcast on Twitch every Sunday at 4 Eastern, 3 Central. I know it's 3 Central because that's, because I'm on it, and that's when we start recording at my time. So if you're in the US, 3 p.m. Central on Sundays. UK Versus on Twitch. You can catch us live and interact with us as we talk about the latest news and whatever else comes to mind. Then Response on Play. They always do really good work and have a great podcast themselves. On the 19th, Brodenkainen. This dude goes insane with his editing for his previews, so I can't wait to see what kaiju he gets. I don't think any of them have the name Connie, which is funny because he usually gets the character's name Connie or Donnie. So I'm really curious to see who they gave Brodenkainen. So that's on the 20th. Rebby Lynn on the 21st. M. Cole 40, forgive me if I said that incorrectly, on the 22nd. Wazzy Plays on the 23rd. Sirens Card Cove on the 24th. Final Round Meme Man on the 25th. Anna Margaret on the 26th, and Snuggie on the 27th. So every day, I believe every day, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So every day, starting tomorrow, we get a brand new character revealed to us, and maybe some more. Maybe they also get some cards in that character's lineup or kit that they get to show off. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get in this wave. No hard feelings. I love seeing what everyone comes up with. I'm very basic whenever I do my reviews. That's probably why I didn't get one. But I'm really excited to see what everyone else gets to do and gets to show off to us, starting with Green Wit Evil tomorrow. Videos usually go live around, I think the embargo is at 1 p.m. Eastern is when it's up, or 2 p.m. Eastern, something like that, or it might even be noon Eastern, but that's when they are allowed to start posting. So they might post after that, just throughout the day. That's when they are allowed to start posting. So if they don't post immediately at that time, give them a chance. Maybe they're at work, but this page will refresh with which kaiju that person has, and the link to their video or post or whatever. So that's going to be really, really cool. Also today, we got the Reign of Kaiju design teaser. And I saw this, and I just got all warm and fuzzy because I love information. So Godzilla Reign of Kaiju was led in design by Jeremy Ray, who I believe also did all of the Attack on Titan sets, which might cause concern power level wise, but also, who knows, maybe he made some changes to some stuff after I bullied him in Louisville. Who knows? I did hit him with Smiling Titan with the Rumbling 3 turns in a row, and he told me I was a monster, and I told him it was his fault for making the cards, but that's just a funny aside. So Jeremy Ray, he's played the game for a long time. He's designed the game for a long time. I think we're in good hands. So he's excited to show us the cards that they've been working on. So how about we get a few big picture teasers, starting with the universe's debut of several iconic kaiju from the Godzilla universe. There are 15 playable characters in this set. So I can't even name 15 Godzilla characters, because I thought Gamera was a Godzilla character. Turns out I'm thinking of the Death Battle, where it was Godzilla versus Gamera. Gamera's his own thing. We get 3 brand new PvE encounters. So for those of you who enjoy PvE, like Brett from UK Versus, like my local Josh, we get 3 brand new encounters to face. And I hear that they've changed how some of these encounters work, or at least redesigned them so they're not quite all the same. So I'm interested to see what we're doing there. We get cards for all 12 symbols and the infinity symbol. So all 12 symbols will be back in the Reign of Kaiju set, plus infinity. Brett was right, even a broken clock and all that jazz. But no, Brett was right on this. A lot of people were thinking that because the Godzilla Challenger series had characters that had all 12 symbols, maybe they would keep 12 symbols in here. So that tells me with 15 characters and 12 symbols, we might be getting a larger set, but I don't think it's going to be to the point of Attack on Titan Battle for Humanity, where it was like 300 cards. So hopefully, fingers crossed. And we get a brand new type of token. So we recently had Guilty Gear with the Roman Cancel tokens. We get a brand new token type in this set. And I will say it's gonna be interesting. Just going off of how I know tokens work, and I have read ahead, so we'll talk about that when we get to there. So how about we get some card text context? So this is kind of cool. It's something that they do whenever they do these previews. They'll tell you the text boxes on cards and be like, okay, this is what one card does, and it's really cool. So first is going to be something that a lot of people are going to hate. This card gets -1 difficulty for each infinity symbol card in your stage. A lot of people have been saying the infinity symbol has been getting too strong with cards like Unyielding Destruction, Massive Mutant Machine, Moment of Normalcy, Filled with Doubt. They've been saying that infinity has been getting too powerful lately. And now we're getting a card that specifically looks for infinity symbol cards. I think people are going to be upset about this. I don't know what it does, but just the fact that it looks for infinity cards, I think people are going to start immediately poo-pooing on. I'm, of course, going to wait and see what the card does. But, I mean, I don't mind having strong infinity cards in my deck. And hey, maybe this gives Bearded Titan something to do. Who knows? Maybe I'll make an all-infinity Bearded Titan deck when all is said and done. Alright, next we have, while this card is in your stage, all attacks get +1 damage. So depending on what symbol this is on, maybe infinity, who knows, there are a lot of decks that struggle to find damage. Now, granted, this does say all attacks, so your rival's attacks will also get 1 damage. But if you're in desperate need of some damage, just having this card in your stage could be useful. Of course, we'll also get to another thing that could help with that, but we'll get there in a minute. Next card context is Form Remove. Remove 1 copy of card from your hand. Name a card. Search your deck for up to 3 copies of the named card. Reveal them and add them to your hand. A lot of people hate deck searching in our game. I can completely understand why with cards like Equipment Heist. Colossal Confrontation is fine because you're playing it on a 9 diff and you only take 1 card out of your deck. This is Form Remove. Remove a copy of a specific card. I'm guessing there's not a card called card. But you do have to remove a specific card from your hand. And you can search up to 3 copies of any card in your deck to your hand. I think this is greatly going to depend on symbol. Because if this is on Earth or Water, May is going to get cracked. This is obviously a card that goes in your stage. I would think it's maybe an asset or maybe a backup. I don't see them putting this on a foundation unless it's a very, very big foundation. I could see this finally dipping foundations below 4 control. There was a 2-check foundation in an older DLC that revolved around a character that wanted you to check cards with 2 or less control. I could see this being a 2-check foundation. Or, obviously, like an asset. Hopefully not, because of the whole, Equipment Heist thing. Or a backup, which would give you a chance to attack it before they can use it because it's a form. So removing a specific card in your hand, but you get up to 3 copies of any card in your deck. Granted, if you've checked them, you don't get them. But that still feels really, really powerful, especially if you were able to build this turn 1. And on turn 2, you had a copy of that card you have to remove. That is incredibly strong. Next, we have Response. Spend 1 momentum. After you block with this card, ready your character. If this is on any symbol with Ashley Fullerton, so that she can use the aerial Kikosho, commit, stuff your card on your card pool, I build 1, I'll block to ready her again, and then I can drive to play another aerial Kikosho. I see that being strong. This would also work really well in Mothra, where you could spend 1 momentum as opposed to 2, and we are getting a new Mothra in this set, so that's going to be neat. Response, after you play a keyword ability, draw 1 card. That's cool. Stun, I draw a card. Echo, I draw a card. This does not have a cost of committing or removing or flipping. It is also not a card pool response, so I don't think it's an attack. So maybe this is on a character, which would be wild. That would be absolutely insane if that was on a character. And then we have a Blitz ability, Mill 2, remove 1 card from your discard pile. This attack gets plus X speed, X equals the printed difficulty of the removed card. I see this being a Burning Godzilla card, because he wants to mill, if I remember correctly, and Godzilla, I think, is always, as a character, going to care about the printed difficulty of cards. So I could see that being like this on one of his attacks, because it's got a Blitz. So that'll be really cool. Still wary on the Infinity symbols here. I don't think Infinity is supposed to work within its own archetype. That's never what Infinity has been, I don't believe, at least not since I've been playing. So that worries me a touch. But again, that's just, it gets -1 difficulty for each Infinity in your stage. I guess we have to see what the rest of the card does. So I'm not going to get hysterical, but it does give me pause. And it says, hey, do you remember that I mentioned something about a token? You want to see it? That token is Power. Enhanced Sacrifice, your attack gets +2 damage. So, this token gets added to your stage. Now, with the Roman Cancel token, it goes to your momentum, and it is treated as momentum. You may spend it as though it were momentum. power here does not say that it is an asset or a foundation. So I don't think we're going to be able to commit them as though they were foundations. I think we just store these up for the big damage. It says, unlike previous tokens, power tokens will be added to your stage. This will let you store them up to really bring the damage when you need it most. So I would assume these cannot be committed to past checks, and they're just here for the enhance, sacrifice, get +2 damage, or there's other ways that we'll see here in a minute that you can use your power tokens as some sort of fuel. Ways to use and generate these tokens are spread throughout the Godzilla reign of Kaiju. Let's look at a bit of card text showing off other ways that you can use power tokens beside the obvious. Blitz, commit up to 2 power tokens. Now that makes me wonder, are these foundations? Or are these assets? I think some clarification would be much needed. Because if it's committed, obviously the enhance is not tenacious, so you don't get the damage. But you do get to seal one rifle foundation for each power token committed this way, up to 2 power tokens. So that's pretty cool. It's a way to store it. You commit it, so you're not worried about the damage yet. Interesting. But the fact that they can be committed leads me to believe that, can we commit them as foundations? Are they assets? They're obviously not backups. So are we going to commit them to be able to commit them to past checks? I honestly don't think so. I do not think they would let us just... And again, I didn't think we'd just be able to free build momentum with tension. But I guess it'll have to see what these abilities do that give us these power tokens. Another use is this attack gets -1 difficulty for each power token in your stage, maximum -4. So it's an attack, excuse me, that's basically a walk the dog. But instead of -1 difficulty for each of your rival's committed foundations, it's up to -4 difficulty for each of your power tokens. Neat. And then if you have the full 4, then you can just pop them all for +8 damage. That seems like a pretty good rate of return. Enhance, sacrifice 1 power token, so this is probably on a foundation. Ready up to 2 foundations with difficulty 2 or less. That's pretty strong. That's really strong. Hopefully this is not on a 2 difficulty foundation. Hopefully it's on a 3. So I can play it with, what's the Attack on Titan card? Intimidating Stance? The order one that says commit all foundations with a printed difficulty of 2. I think that'd be really funny. And then we have Enhance, sacrifice 2 power tokens. The next card you play this turn ignores progressive difficulty. That is going to be a very dangerous card. Because yes, you're giving up +4 damage. But if the card I'm playing ignores progressive difficulty, that doesn't flippin' matter, especially if I can play this card in any City Rampage character. Ignoring progressive difficulty with +2 to my check seems really, really nice. Especially if I can play it with, like, Knockdown Blow. Or Resurrected Titans. Excuse me. This is, this set's gonna be insane. I can already tell. I am super excited for it, but this set's gonna be nuts. It says, as a lifelong Godzilla fan, I'm very pleased to have a chance to work on this project and join 2 of my favorite things. I hope you get to enjoy these cards with me along with as we start our preview season. Character previews start tomorrow with UVS creators, so be on the lookout. That list is coming soon. At last, be sure to sign up to your pre-release events and join us at Worlds in Grapevine, Texas, for your first chance to play with the new set at the Super pre-release. So this is gonna be really fun. And I do know that we get 15 characters, including redos of Godzilla, Mothra, and Ghidorah, minimum. I don't remember where I saw that. Did I see that over here? Yeah, 15 classic kaiju characters, classic, modern, and fan favorite eras. New attack and foundation designs inspired by beams, wings, armored plating, and more. Should be interesting. Fresh interpretations of returning Godzilla characters like Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. I wonder if King Ghidorah is still going to be a 10 health character that you got to kill 3 times, or if he'll actually have like 30 health. The end result, a set that feels cinematic, is unmistakably universes, but with a bigger footprint. So yeah, this is gonna be an absolutely wild set. Just from this little design teaser, and they put a design teaser out every set, and every time I just salivate with wanting to know more and more and more. Thankfully, they are not going to make me wait too long. We get our first character drop tomorrow with Green Wit Evil. So, let's see. Green Wit Evil. Are you a YouTube channel? They are a YouTube channel. So that is really cool. So, Green Wit Evil, they will be sharing... oh, I guess they're a Godzilla creator. That's dope. So they will be sharing the first Godzilla Reign of Kaiju character tomorrow. So yeah, go give them love and go stalk all these people's channels the day that they're releasing. I will try to put, at the very least, this link to the content creator previews in the description below, so it's easy to find. And until next time, see you guys.